All right, Ambush. And today we are joined by a Juno nominated duo who they have been spreading some good words, some good vibes through their music with their most recent EP Volume 1, which was nominated for the Juno Contemporary Christian / Gospel Album of the Year. And of course, these boys don't quit. They're still working on the road. They've got new music on the way. We're here to dive behind it today with my guests, Michael and Shawn Cavallo of Manic Drive. How's it going today?
Good, man. Well. Yeah.
Hey, love to hear it. Love to hear it. And I'm very excited to dive into some music here. So you guys ready to jump on in?
Let's jump on in.
Hey, all right. So, of course, first thing I just mentioned, the Junos just happened. You guys were there for the festivities, so kicking it right off the bat. How was it to finally get back to one of those in-person celebrations, events? What was it like, my friends?
It was a beautiful experience. Shawn and I were very, very privileged and honored to be attending once again at the Junos and seeing just people gather around and high-fiving and enjoying music and live music for that matter. So it was a beautiful experience. And again, to be nominated was a beautiful thing. So we were very much honored and blessed to have that acknowledgement.
Absolutely, for sure. This is the third album in a row you guys have putting out that has been nominated for a Juno. So pretty fantastic to be able to make your way back there. And of course, you guys, I must say the outfits that evening were on point. You guys figure that out yourselves? Do you have a stylist? How's that come together?
I get my brother Michael to dress me, actually. I would have wore track pants. That's the honest truth. But yeah, I don't know. We like to have fun with our music and how we express ourselves and what we wear. So we want to make sure we were just doing what we do. I think we didn't want to get overdressed or underdressed. We just want to show ourselves how we usually are. Michael, what are your thoughts? Michael's the stylist. You could see his cool hat.
Oh my goodness, right?
I know. I got like a V for Vendetta kind of look today. I was looking at myself.
Hey, I'm with it.
I'm Vigilante today, if you're wondering. So actually, Shawn had these very wild design jackets, sort of sport jackets, that he loves to rock on stage. And all I did is really just compliment the sort of wild designs and style that he was rocking. So I think the first night we did this sort of like dark blue and gold theme with wild, sort of damask patterns. And then the second thing was Shawn had this very beautiful black and gold sort of dragon jacket. And I just did a little black and gold. So we try to be ourselves, but be a team at the same time, while having fun with it and being bold.
Complement each other, right?
Yeah, we're a team, sort of.
Hey, sort of. And when you guys do get it together, it comes together quite well. And of course, this nomination continues some incredible reception for Volume 1 that came out back in 2020 here. So about 2 years that you guys have been riding the success of this album. So what is it like to continue to see Volume 1 getting so much love?
Man, we're just happy, especially during these volatile times that we're getting reception and support with fans and new listeners. Had a lot of fun with this record. And it's great when you kind of just throw something out there, you express yourself, and people connect with it. It's that whole process, especially during the last couple of years, has been pretty vital to us to get that connection. So doing it through music was a pretty cool way to do that.
Yeah, it's basically kind of a musical saga or journey that we're working on. So these volumes, these sort of short albums that we're doing, it's very kind of back to back. And I would say sort of continuing streams. Volume 1, as Shawn was mentioning, is really touching upon love, lost, and faith. Not to get too heavy, but we did lose our mother early 2020. And that was, at the same time, ahead of our passion, but also the inspiration of a couple of tracks on Volume 1. And I think that really did connect with people on a both spiritual and emotional level, as it was a hard time for many. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted it to be relatable and be transparent and honest. And I think it was successful in doing that.
I would definitely say very successful in doing that. And it's very powerful that you guys can take something like that. And I feel like the last couple of years definitely is something that can give a lot of people perspective on that. Because maybe, like, a lot of us maybe didn't go through the exact same thing, but a lot of us couldn't see family members and couldn't be with our loved ones, right? So maybe came and gave us like a different perspective of what you guys were experiencing.
Yeah. And then attached with that, be encouraging and uplifting and fun. So other tracks were just a little bit more like champion and high life, about being positive and uplifting yourself and, picking yourself off the ground. So we wanted to have that nice blend and theme. And we had a good time putting that one together. And I know Shawn gave me the fashion sort of the hit here, but he was the primary songwriter and co-producer for Volume 1. So I will then salute him back.
Oh.
Woot woot.
Woot woot. All right.
You look good. I sound good.
You give yourself two words we're a team. Maybe.
Just slightly, a little bit. When it calls for it.
Yes. When the rings combined, I don't know, man.
The rings.
The Power Twins. Yes. Of course, as you just mentioned, Volume 1 is just the beginning of this journey. So you have recently, on anyone who follows you on social media, seen you guys have been sort of hyping towards a new single here coming out at the end of May. So does that mean that Volume 2 is on the way?
Maybe. Yeah, we're hoping for this fall. We don't have a anchor date at the moment, but yeah, this fall, end of the year, we want to have Volume 2 coming out. But the cool news is our new single, Love You to Death, will be hitting your screens, hitting your ears, May 27th. So mark on your calendar. So we're really, really stoked about that.
Ooh, all right. I Love You to Death. It is the upcoming single here. So what can you guys tell us about this new track here?
Ooh. What can we say?
What
can we say? It's a jazzy polka ballad mixed with falsetto, and no, it's if you're a Manic Drive fan, it's kind of like back to our roots with a lot of high energy, 4 on the floor, with just a weird 80s synths and some fun vocals. Let's say that. What do you say, Michael?
Well,
I'm a little biased when I talk about my music.
Shawn, that was very poetic. I thought it was great. We with this one, it was a fusion, as Shawn was saying, like 80s pop, heavy synths with some, I would almost say, 90s hard rock, something that Trent Reznor would almost put together. So it has a very edgy element to it. Shawn's vocals are pretty rock and roll on it, and what else? I mean, even the vibe. I don't want to give, as you're seeing on our Instagram and Facebook and such, we're really going on to this neon, sort of dark neon sort of vibe thing. It kind of looks like, reminds me of Batman Forever, if anyone has seen that movie.
Batman Forever. That's the vibe we're going for.
It's
the
like
style of music is Batman.
Yes, I am Batman. The style, let's say that. Can we say that? The style of music is Batman?
Is Batman, yes.
I think that's very accurate. So
new genre, Batman.
New genre. Batman album of the year goes to Bruce Wayne. How did he win?
Every time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Shawn, of course, we just were told that you co-produced Volume 1. So are you co-producer on this new track as well?
Yeah. The cool thing about being an independent artist is we got a lot of creative say in what we do. With that being said, we do whatever we want to do. So throughout the years of releasing music and stuff, I've been able to get more involved in the production aspect where now I can take the songs up to like 90% up to completion. And literally it's all done remotely, where I'll email our main man right now is Joel Breyer. He performed in a band called Thoughts of a Crutch, but now he's in Nashville doing some mixing and producing. So I'll send him the demos. We'll go back and forth, and literally it's just, from my little recording setup, doing a lot of the programming, synths, songwriting, get some feedback, email back and forth, and boom, we got a song. So that process has been really fun, kind of getting more involved in the production world. I think a lot of artists have a little bit of a disconnect there when they're songwriting. Maybe a song will be introduced to them, or maybe the track itself without a top line or a melody line would be introduced to them, and they kind of just add their flair. Where with Manic Drive, it's literally from the kick drum all the way to the background harmonies is all intentionally focused by us as songwriters and producers, which is kind of a cool thing, because you're getting 100, well, let's say 90% of just authentic Manic Drive material when you listen to us. It's us. So that's kind of the cool thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, I am very excited to hear this upcoming single. And of course, like you mentioned, the visuals for it looking amazing too. So I cannot wait to see what comes our way, possibly on the screen as well. You mentioned the screen. So is there potentially maybe a music video maybe coming our way too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're releasing it on the same day as the song gets released. And so maybe we'll send you a couple clips or something, some teasers for this interview, and we'll be pushing that more this week. It was filmed in Toronto at Neon Demon Studios. I'm not even sure if they're still around. They were kind of under a pinch, and we got in there kind of last minute, and they have all these cool neon signs and props that we got to use, and it was just like the perfect mix for the song. It was just by chance we got to land it. And so I think the visuals look pretty stunning. We're pretty happy with it. And it really supports the song in a visual sense.
Hey. Well, I mean, if the studio didn't make it, at least you guys were able to get that perfect timing to get in there, get some amazing shots, because everything I've seen of it so far looks incredible.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Hey. It's appreciate you guys creating and releasing incredible music, and of course also having the opportunity to take some of that incredible music to the stage recently, getting back out onto the road, getting some of those kilometers, getting back on the stage, playing for the fans once again. What is it like to get back out on the road?
It is a beautiful thing, man. I think our favorite thing about being in Manic Drive is the live performance, is that atmosphere and experience, and seeing the joy you bring to people. I think every artist has that experience. I mean, the rewarding thing, aside from the Junos, which is beautiful, but a very rewarding thing, plug, is that when you connect organically with your fans or people that have been touched and moved by your music, that is a gift. And to have that energy in a live setting again is a beautiful thing. And so we're very excited. So anyways, this summer, we'll be hitting up the summer festival circuit. We'll be at Unity Fest, Creation Fest, some very beautiful large festivals. And then this fall, we'll probably do like another short run as we get back into the rhythm of touring across Canada and the United States. So we're pumped, man. We're really excited about it.
Hey, all right. So the future holds many exciting things for Manic Drive by the sounds of things here.
I would say so. Shawn, do you concur?
Man, it was just like, it was a volatile time for us. And to kind of go through that, and for the last couple of years being like, are we going to make it? And then all of a sudden, it's just within the last couple of months, it's just like been this shift. So we've been songwriting, we're ready to go, but we're so happy that things are turning around. Live shows is such a big part of what we do, and I would say it's a main focus for Manic Drive. So getting back out there, man, seeing familiar faces, seeing new faces, sweating on stage. It's just it's what we do. It's one of the only things we know how to do. We've been doing it ever since we were kids. So to get that back in our pockets has been just healing. It's been motivating, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
Ready to hit the ground running. Get out there, celebrate this new upcoming EP. I mean, you still got to get out on the road, share some of those volume 1 with the fans too. I'm sure there's many people waiting for new music, new dates, and I'm sure the best way to keep up with that is to go ahead and follow you guys on social media, right?
Yes.
Do it up, man. Yeah, we got Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter,
MySpace. We got
MySpace. Yeah, we're keeping it old school.
Hey, that's where I listened to Champion, obviously, first song on the page, right?
It would be the only song on the page.
Only song on the page. An incredible track, by the way. Probably one of my favorites off of Volume 1.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my goodness. I have had a blast diving behind your guys' Juno experience, this upcoming single, I Love You to Death. So much here. But what I would love to know now is, of course, over the past couple of years here, the period of crafting and releasing these volumes, of going through volatile times, as you mentioned it. What I would love to know now is, through this process and as your time as a musician of navigating these waters, how has that time helped you both to grow as people, or what did it teach you about yourselves?
That's a very beautiful question. Well, we will say a blessing. Just shortly after our mother passed, as you can tell, Shawn is kind of caged up right now in his little corner of his office. We had a blessing of a little baby boy join the party, right? So we had a bit of a renaissance of life that joined the family, which stirred a lot of inspiration. And these babies, they consume a lot of time. They keep you busy. And sort of revisiting the world through the eyes of a child, I think, is a very beautiful experience, and something that is, well, being a goofy uncle and Shawn being a first-time father, now two-time father. Congratulations. Number 2 came out last October. Congratulations, Shawn.
Congratulations.
That to me, yes, consumed time, but it breathed in new life, right? And I guess any parent would contest to that. So we've enjoyed that. Those moments. I actually started up a hat company, so called Cavallo & Co. Good plug, by the way. So I was kind of trying to always remain creative. Shawn was hard hitting in the studio. We did a lot of music videos together. Just about every single that we did, we made sure we did a music video project with. So just consume our minds with creativity, love, faith, hope, and togetherness.
Love it. Shawn, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely given me a different perspective on what we do, why we do it. You really spend a lot of time in thought in these kind of seasons. So, man, it's given me a whole new appreciation for my life, my career, my family, and we want to continue expressing that in an authentic way. And that's kind of given us a push forward to not compromise what we say and do it with confidence. So I think that's going to kind of continue to flow through our music in Volume 2. I think that's where our real engagement and our faithful fans have really connected. And so we're going to keep on giving that, just showing our hearts, seeing where we're at, whether that's like a good mood, fun summer banger, or if it's more of a somber thing. We just want to almost create like a conversation with our fans and tell them where we're at, And I think it's cool to be a little bit transparent with that. I think that's where we're seeing a little bit of organic growth, and then people really almost wanting to be involved with it and coming out to the live shows and sharing their experiences with it and giving their perspective on something that we said and how they perceived it and their experiences through the last couple of years and what that song meant to them. That's just been a cool process, and we're going to keep on moving forward with that.
Hey, I love to hear that. And it's always kind of funny how you hear an artist says, being more authentic to myself rather than chasing what people wanted to hear ended up working for the better, which is like funny how that works, right?
Oh man, it's been insane. Once we had that mind shift, we had that mind shift probably back into the wild days, and we called it Into the Wild just because we were leaving a little bit of our comfort zone. Instead of writing more cookie cutter pop stuff, we started getting edgier. Like, we love pop. I'm not going to hide that. But there's like certain elements we always want to do something quirky or weird or something like that. And it's a little bit scary out there because you're always thinking about like fans, radio, how it's going to be the reception of it. And once you get caught up in that mindset as a musician, you're creating walls and a barrier as a songwriter. And all of a sudden, your music isn't as convincing. So we wrote Into the Wild, and we started kind of getting into this, like, why not try this? Why not do this? Hey, it's not going to end our career. And those songs that we almost had less effort in, I don't want to say caring about, but caring about the reception. Those songs that we kind of just put out there and we're like, whatever, ended up doing the best and surprised us. And we're like, whoa, we wrote a couple stuff that we thought would be a little bit unpopular with what we were saying, and that's been the heaviest hitting stuff. And we're like, wow, people are just not talking about it, especially in the Christian niche kind of circles. I don't know how familiar you are with that. We've put ourselves out there, and it's amazing. Not just the fans, I've had other artists come up to me backstage and talk about it and being like, good for you guys. We've seen artists on stage looking at us performing live and seeing how passionate we are when we're saying or when we're performing and singing. And they're just giving us this compliment, just being like, man, I wish I had what you guys have. And so that passion's been really recultivated and been supporting us. And I keep on saying this, but we're going to continue that momentum and have a lot of fun with it.
As you should. Carry it forward, have some fun, go out, meet the new fans, meet the fans who have been waiting to see Manic Drive for the last couple of years. Of course, getting that upcoming track, I Love You to Death, out into the world. I cannot wait to hear it. I'm sure the fans can't either. Shawn, Michael, thank you both so very much for joining us here today on the DTP.
No,
awesome.
Thank you for doing
Thank
this.
you.